I'm Kara Heinrich. I am an inside sales rep for Nutritional Frontiers, and I also have my 200-hour certification with the Himalayan Institute teaching yoga. I started teaching yoga in 2015. We have Ashley, my dear friend, on the left, Jenny in the back. Jenny's also a yoga teacher at the Himalayan, and Kamba, who practices yoga with Kajari.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are going to just do an all-level Hatha yoga class right now. If you have a block or a pillow or a bolster at your home, you can just put it to the side because I will do a full Shavasana at the end, which you are going to love. Okay? Just modify. Okay? We are here. Yoga is here to, it's accessible to everyone. And we want you to reduce, calm, steady the breath, to calm the nervous system and create some self-healing. Okay, so we're going to start in Shavasana on our backs. Come down on your backs. Okay. Just scoot down a little bit. Okay. So in Shavasana, just let the ground support you. Relax the jaw, unclench the teeth, relax the tongue. Notice the breath in the belly as it rises and falls. And maybe just observe some of those areas in your body right now that you may be gripping, maybe tensing up. It's okay. Just try to send the breath there. And relax. And now we're going to stretch the arms overhead. Arms overhead, and you're going to stretch like a tug of war rope. You're stretching your arms in one direction, your feet in the opposite. Relax the jaw. Good. Bring up the knees. Place your hands underneath your knees and just massage. Do a little circle. Reverse the circle. Stretch the arms back. Let's just stretch on the right side of the body, symmetrical side stretch on the right. And then release. Stretch the left side of the body. And release. Interlace the fingers, cradle the head. Lift up the shoulder girdle, come over to the right. So let the top part of your left elbow sort of shoot up towards the short side of the mat. Bring your right leg out, maybe 4 or 5 inches. Let the left leg follow. You're coming into just a little bit of a crescent moon shape. And what wants to happen? The left hip wants to pop up. Let's try and anchor that down. And just breathe into the side of the body. Bring the legs back to center. Lift up the shoulder girdle, come on back to center. Notice the energy creeping in from the left side of the body to the navel center. Lift up the shoulder girdle, come over to the left. So your right elbow is pointed up towards the top side of the mat. Bring out the left leg 4 or 5 inches. Let the right leg follow. Again, check that out. Your right hip wants to pop up. Try to anchor it down. Breathe into the side of the body. Good. Bring the legs back to center. Lift up the shoulder girdle. Come on back to center. Notice the energy from the right side of the body now creeping in towards the navel center. Good. Now we're going to bring our arms out into a T, okay? Bring your legs up into a right angle. You're going to pretend that you're on a huge clock face, okay? And you're going to rotate your legs as if you're brushing over, just kind of breezing over all the numbers on the clock face. Big hip circle. Head should be down. I just looked up because I just wanted to see how everybody was looking. But your head should be down. Give it a nice big circle. Activating the belly. Massaging the lower back. Reverse the circle. And you're sweeping over those numbers on that huge clock face. Great. Bring it up to 12 o'clock. Grab a hold of the knees or the shins. Give it a little squeeze like you're coming up into like a snowball. And then release down. Let's bring our arms back up into a T. Let's do a nice luxurious twist. So just bring the feet down first. Shift the hips over to the right. Then lift up the knees. Come over to the left. And then you can look out over the right arm. Just enjoy the twist. Bring your gaze back to center, or not center, center to up towards the ceiling. Bring the legs up. Settle the feet down. You're going to shift over to the left, lifting up the knees, twisting to the right. Look out over the left arm. You can even place a hand on top of the top leg. Breathing, noticing the breath as the belly fills up, noticing the rib cage as that sort of fills up and then it deflates back down. Good. Return your gaze to the ceiling. Stretch out your arm, lift up the knees, bring it back down. Okay. And from here, we are going to, I'm just going to come up, but we're going to come up and flip over onto our bellies. So from here, we're on our bellies. We're going to come into a Cobra Pose. So you're bringing your hands at chest level, pressing into the mat. Pubic bone is pressed into the mat. Tops of the feet are pressed into the mat. Tip the chin in towards the neck. Inhale. Exhale, lift up into your first Cobra. Nice, gentle Cobra. You can feel the activation of the lower back. Breathe. And then lower down. Let one cheek come down to the mat. Return your gaze to the mat. Inhale, exhale up into your second Cobra. Release back down. Let the other cheek come down to the mat. Return your gaze to the mat. Remember pressing the feet into the mat, the pubic bone, elbows nice and close to your torso, chin tucked in towards your neck. Inhale, exhale, lift up into your third Cobra. Maybe you have a little bit more energy on the third one. Very nice. And then relax back down. Let's come right into Child's Pose. Child's Pose is a nice, safe pose. If you ever feel like too fatigued, just come into this restorative pose. Arms stretched out overhead. Settle the tailbone down into the heels. Lift up through the finger pads. So you're hollowing out the palm of your hand. You're also hollowing out the armpit. It's nice and active. Let's walk hand over hand to the right. Feel the abdomen on your lap, breathing nice and calm. Walk it back to center. Over to the left. Good, back to center. Okay, we're gonna come right up into tabletop. So check your alignment. Safety is very important here. We wanna make sure, I'm gonna come to the side just so you can see this. I wanna make sure that my wrists are directly below my shoulders. My knees are directly below my hips. Okay, cat-cow posture from here. So you're gonna inhale, your gaze is looking at the mat right now. You're gonna inhale, filling up the belly and then looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, shrink the belly, draw the navel center towards the spine. And exhale, rounding your back like a Halloween cat. We'll do this for 10. Nice and slow and tension filled. Let's do one more. I lost count.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Here, we're going to do a cat-cow balance. So you're going to bring in your left knee just a little bit. Stretch the right leg back. Dig the toes into the floor like a nice runner stretch. And then elevate that right leg up. So it looks like this for folks at home. See my foot? It's like a live fish, not a dead fish. Active flex. Stretch up the left arm. Left thumb reaching up towards the ceiling. Engage through the glute. Engage through the belly. Tip the chin in towards the neck. Breathe here for 5. Good. Let's do a little active stretch from here. So you inhale on the stretch out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch it back out. And then return to tabletop. And we'll do it on the other side. So you're turning over. I'm just going to come over on this side now. Stretch the left leg back into a runner stretch. Dig the toes into the floor. Elevate that left leg up as if you're holding up that back wall. Active fish, no dead fish feet. Stretch up the right arm, right thumb reaching up towards the ceiling. Look down at the floor. So we have a nice, keeping the integrity of a nice tall or long spine from tailbone through the spine, through the neck, through the brain, out through the top of the head. And find the breath here. Engage through the belly. Engage the left glute. Okay, let's do that active stretch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. And then just return to tabletop. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a twist. It's called thread the needle. So you're going to bring your left hand, just place it just below your gaze. Sweep up the right arm. Feel that nice twist. And then you're going to come down. You're going to thread the needle. Just bring your arm, snake it through the space. Shoulder comes down to the mat. And rest your head on the mat and breathe. Good. And bring it back up to tabletop. We'll do it on the other side. Bring that right hand just below the gaze. Lift up the left arm. Nice twist. And just notice, maybe this side feels a little cranky. Maybe it feels great. And then let's thread the needle. Snake that hand down through the space. Head comes down to the mat. Breathe. Good. Bring it back to tabletop. And from here, we're going to curl the toes, dig them into the mat, lift up the bum, coming into your first downward dog. And then just, pedal out your dog. You can feel the stretch. Maybe the backs of your legs are a little tight. Lift up both heels and then settle down. Here, while we're here, let's just shake the head, yes and no. Relax the jaw, lift up the tailbone. Bring the left foot in just a bit. Stretch up the right leg and do a three-legged dog. Open up the hips. Look underneath the right armpit. Bend the right knee and circle the ankle up at the top. Good. Stretch the leg back up. Level out the hips. Reach up just a little bit more and then bring down the leg. Bring the left leg out, right leg in, Left leg up into your three-legged dog. Open up the hips, bend the knee, circle the ankle up at the top. Feel that nice hip opener. Our hips, it's like where we store a lot of stuff. Most of us are sitting at a desk all week, and you collect a lot of stuff and a lot of issues in our tissues, as we say in the biz. Stretch up the leg, level it back up, lift up, and come on back down. Okay, let's look up towards your hands and take a stroll. Nice walk up towards the hands. Just coming into a forward fold. And we're just going to pretend that there are two full pails of water right here. And we're grabbing those handles of those pails and slowly come up. Bring your hands to heart center. Slight bow towards your fingertips. And if you haven't done so already, this is a great time to just be quiet into Tadasana pose and mountain pose and create a silent intention for you, for your practice today. And then we'll bring our hands down to our sides, standing in nice tall Tadasana. Arches of the feet are rooted down through the mat. Nice tall spine, relax at the neck. Let's roll the shoulders towards the back of the room. And then towards the front of the room. Let's stretch up the right arm. Nice tall stretch with the right arm. Side bend to the left. Root down through the left foot. Lift up the right foot. Little mini balance. Flex the foot. Remember, active fish, no dead fish. Engage through the belly. Breathing. And then come back down. We'll stretch up the left arm. Nice tall stretch with the left arm. Side bend to the right. Root down through the right foot. Lift up the left foot. Flex the foot. And then bring it back down. Good. We're going to do a knee swirl now. This is great for the knee joints. Standing in Tadasana with your hands at your waist. You're going to root down through the left foot and lift up the right knee. We're use our minds or use our creativity here. We're pretending that we're on a beach and there is a stick in between the big toe and second toe. And we're drawing a circle in the sand, just like the Bangles sang it. Now, what ends up happening, you can see, I start to sort of sway. You see my hip? I don't want that to happen. I want a nice tall spine. Breathing too. This is a great, gentle practice to strengthen the knee. Reverse the circle. And then bring it down and walk it out. And let's do it on the other side. We always try to complete it from one side to the other. Rooting down through the right foot, lift up the left knee. There's that imaginary stick. We're drawing a circle in the sand. And reverse the circle. Whoop, a little wobbly there. And come back down. Okay. All right. From here, we're going to start to do some of our standing postures. We're going to do pyramid pose first. Bringing the right foot forward, the left foot back. Notice my footing is almost like on rail, like just parallel to each other on railroad tracks. We're going to bring our arms behind us, interlace the fingers, stretch them down that back leg, lift up through the heart space. It's almost as if you have swallowed a flashlight and that light is now beaming up through your heart center up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. And now forward fold like an ironing board. Come to the halfway point. At that halfway point, tip the chin in towards the neck, elongate through the spine. If you want, you can reach up through the arms as if you're squeezing a nut in between your shoulder blades. Breathe. Nice long extension through the spine. And then bring down. Just let your hands frame the front leg, the shin. And now you can curve towards that front leg. And just notice, maybe there's some parts of your leg that feel tight, there's some gripping. Maybe it feels good. Make those observations and breathe through it. Okay. Now, I want you to push through the arches of the feet, come up to the halfway point. A nice long extension through the spine, through the halfway point, come all the way up to standing. Okay, and we'll do it on the other side. Bring the left foot forward, the right foot back. Bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, stretch them down that back leg, lifting through the heart space. There's that flashlight beaming up towards the ceiling, opening up the heart space. So important, especially during the cold winter months. The natural tendencies, we want to just sort of curve, blob out on the TV. We want to open up. Okay, let's come forward fold like an ironing board. Come to that halfway point. Lift up through the arms, squeezing that imaginary nut in between the shoulder blades. Tip the chin in towards the neck. Nice long extension. Then let go of the hands. Let the hands just frame the shin. Forward fold. Curving the spine now. Enjoy that stretch. Good. Come up to halfway. Pushing down through the arches of the feet, come on up to standing. Okay, so now let's warm up. We're going to do some sun salutations. You're going to come up to the tops of your mat, rooting down through the arches of the feet, bending the knees, raising your arms up towards the sun, little back bend up at the top, forward fold. Come up halfway. Hands on the mat, bring the right leg back, then the left, down dog. From down dog, come through to plank. Nice strong plank. Try not to dump out. Like, you know, some people just, there's no hammock. Engage through the belly. Strong arms. Lower down. Come up into cobra. Curl the toes under. Down dog. Exhale. Bring that right leg forward. Then the left. Greet the sun. Back bend up at the top, forward fold. Come up halfway. Hands on the mat, left leg back and the right. Down dog. Exhale. Come through to plank, nice strong planks. Lower down. Cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Look up to the hands, left leg up, then the right, and greet the sun. Back bend up at the top, forward fold. Now we're going to deconstruct this sun salutation a little bit. Come up halfway. Hands on the mat. Bring back the right leg. Plant the right hand next to the left foot. Sweep up the left arm into a twist on the left. Engage through the right glute. Breathe. Bring it back down. Down dog. Come through to plank. Lower down. Now yogi's choice. You can do cobra or an upward dog. Upward dog is that your shins are on the floor, thighs are slightly elevated, and you're just coming back up into a back bend a little bit. And then from here, curl the toes under. Down dog. Exhale. Left leg up. And the right. Greet the sun. Forward fold. Come up halfway. Hands on the mat. Left leg back. Runner's lunge. Plant that left hand next to the right. Sweep up the right arm into a twist. Engage the left glute. Feel your abdomen on your right thigh. Breathe into it. Bring it back down. Down dog. Exhale. Come through to plank. Nice strong plank. Lower down. Your choice. It could be cobra or an up dog. Curl the toes under, down dog. Exhale. Look through to the hands. Bring that right leg forward. Then the left. Greet the sun. Now we're really nice and warm. Come down right into Ukutasana, into chair pose. So you're lowering your seat, engaging through the belly. Your big toes are peeking out just beyond your knees, okay? It's kind of like a skiing posture. Stretch up the arms. If you're feeling really active today, nice long lines right by your ears. But then notice if your ears are, or not your ears, if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, creating little earrings, relax. Create some space there. If you're not feeling active, bring it into a cactus pose. Breathe. Feeling some fire building in your container, in your thighs. We're going to use that energy. We're going to store that energy to help create some self-care for ourselves. And come on up. Woo! And then let's just walk it out. Transition, walk out. Excuse me. Okay. We're going to come right into our warrior postures. Warrior one. Bringing the right foot forward, the left foot back. Bend the right knee. Right knee, again, placement's very important. Not swaying in, not swaying out. Right directly above the ankle. Hips are level, like two headlights facing forward. Stretch up the arms. Soften the shoulders. Engage through the belly. Engage the left glute. Breathe. Bring down the arms. We're going to come into humble warrior. So you're interlacing your fingers down that back leg. You're going to lower your torso and just nudge your torso right next to the right thigh. Let the head dangle. Now, what ends up happening here is the right leg is, come on, man, you're making me do all the work. No. Make the left foot and the right foot work together. Try to distribute your weight in between the two. And breathe. Pushing through the arches of the feet, collecting through the calf muscles, the inner thighs. Let's raise up. Shake it out. Bring that left foot forward. Bring that right leg back. Bend the left knee. Check your alignment. Hips level. Raise the arms up. Engage through the glute. Breathe here for 4. Bring down the arms. We're going to come into humble warrior on this side. Interlace the fingers, stretch them down that back leg. Lower the torso. Just nudging the torso right next to the left thighs. Let the head dangle. Again, use both legs to distribute the weight. Breathing. You're going to naturally feel a lot of fire in the left thigh. But let's try and create some space in between both legs. Making both legs do the work. And then lift up the torso. Hands shake out. Bring it up. And just walk it out. All right. Let's come into triangle pose. I'm just going to move this so you guys can see me. Okay. All right. So this isn't right. I'm too pittic. It's like not right. Okay. We're going to bring the right foot forward. Right toes are facing the short side of the mat. You're going to walk that the left foot back, and it's as if you're on an imaginary balance beam, okay? Left big toe is pointed up towards the top left corner of the mat. Sweep the arms out to the sides, parallel to the floor. Nice, create some space within the neck. Tilt the pelvis to the left. Inhale, exhale. And as you want to open up and like really sort of get tall as you're tipping over here. I don't want to come down here. I want to have a nice long, like keeping the integrity of the spine, nice long spine. And breathe here. If you want an extra challenge, you can turn your head and focus on the thumb with both eyes. If that's not in the cards for you today, don't do it. Be safe. Just look straight ahead. Bend the right knee, come up to standing. And we'll do it on the other side. Pivot in the right foot, pivot out the left. So now your left foot is pointed to the other short side of the mat. Big step back. You're on that imaginary balance beam. My right big toe is pointed up towards the top right corner of the mat. Arms parallel to the floor. Tilt the pelvis to the right. Elongate through the spine as we tip over, coming into triangle. And breathe. If you want that challenge, you can look up towards the thumb and try to focus on the thumb with both eyes. Bend the knee. Come up to standing. Heel toe the feet together. I just need to check the time, guys. Bear with me one moment. Okay. All right. From here, we're going to start to move. We'll do one more standing posture. We're going to do Rakshasana. Okay. Tree pose. Standing in Tadasana. Root down through the left foot, lifting up the right knee and turn it out. Place it on the calf muscle or the inner thigh, just not the knee joint. Really, it's like you're a skyscraper in New York City. You want to make sure that this is a strong foundation right here in the pelvis. Hands at heart center. Reach up through the eyebrow center. Grow your branches out. Soften the shoulders. Focus, make a drishti point. You're just focusing on one unmoving point in front of you and breathe here. Bring it back down through the eyebrow center, knee to the center of the room and down to the floor, and just walk it out. Whew. Let's do it on the other side. Rooting down through the right foot, lifting up the left knee, turn it out, place it on the inner thigh or the calf. Let the muscle meet the foot. It's like they're meeting each other and they're coming together. Hands at heart center. Yeah, and you know what? Use all the props you can get. If you're near a wall and you're a little wobbly, put a finger on the wall. It's fine. It's totally fine. Honor where you are. Reach up through the eyebrow center. Grow your branches. Soften your shoulders. Find the breath. Bring it back down. Hands to heart center. Knee to the center of the room and down to the floor. And walk it out. Whew. Okay. We're just going to do a little transition pose to bring us down to the mat. So we're just going to continually come up onto our toes. Observe the breath. Hopefully from a half hour ago, it's in a better, calmer state, quiet state. Try to breathe only through the nasal passages, not through the mouth. Now let's incorporate the arms to the front of the room and the sides of the room. One more. Reaching up Remain on your toes, bending the knees. Ooh, I'm nervous. So wobbly. We're going to come down to the mat. Sit your bum on the mat. Sweep your feet out in front of you. Coming into Tadasana. Tadasana pose or staff pose is like this. It's like we're a nice L. Bring your hands right to your hips, and really let's focus right now on our spine. So much of us are like at the computers. Come on, bring it up. But relax through the shoulders. Your kneecaps should be engaged. Your quads engaged. Calf muscles. Feet are slightly flexed. Remember, active fish. Raise up the arms. Let's keep the integrity of a really nice spine. Just forward fold maybe 30%. So we keep a nice long spine. Breathe. And now you can curve your spine all the way. Grab a hold of your ankles, your shins, your toes. Let the head come down to the knees. Breathe. Feel the abdomen on the lap. Good. Stretch the arms out just past the toes, and as if you're painting two lines on that opposite wall. Stretch up. Come all the way up, back up into staff pose. Nice tall spine. Bring the arms down. From here, we're going to move into Shavasana, revolved head to toe. So you're going to fold that right foot into the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Active flex. Stretch that left arm out in front of you like you're holding a tray of glasses. Bring down that leg, maybe just alongside the leg or underneath. Rainbow the right arm up and over. You're going to try and touch the toes. Maybe if it just hovers over the toes, that's okay. And head should hover above the knee. So this is a fold and a twist. Great for the liver, great for the GI tract. And rainbow back up and over. Let's do it on the other side. Bring that right leg out, left foot in. Right arm comes out right in front of you like you're holding a tray of glasses. Bring it down and alongside the leg. Rainbow that left arm up and over towards the toes, head to knee. Breathe and just really push down through that left bent knee. You can feel the stretch of the inner thigh. And rainbow back up and over. Okay. From here, we're going to come down onto our backs. And if you have a block, let's bring it with us. We're going to place the block long ways, like this, in between the inner thighs, okay? If you don't have a block at home, a pillow could do. And let's just ease down. Feet are nice and close to the glutes, okay? You're just gonna squeeze in between squeeze the block, okay? We're gonna tilt the pelvis up and back. Make sure the feet are nice and planted on the mat, and then lift up through the hips. Squeezing the block. Lower down through the hips. Now let's remove the block. Okay, just place it to the side. Okay, we're gonna do bridge again. Bring the feet nice and close to your glutes. Arms are at your sides. Now you can still, almost it's like you can feel the ghost of that block in between your inner thighs, that energy you're building there. So just pretend imagine that the block is still there. We want these legs to be parallel. Okay, first we're gonna do an internal pelvic tilt. So it's internal, your hips stay on the floor. So you're gonna tilt the pelvis up and back. It's just gonna move millimeters internally, back towards the chest, and then lift up through the hips. And now pretend that there's that block there still. We don't want the legs to be swaying out, swaying too much in. We want it just right, just like Goldilocks. Lower down through the hips. Just bring the feet, just work them out to the outer edges of the mat and just windshield wiper the feet in. Okay. And we're going to come back into one more bridge. Feet nice and close to the glutes. Oh. Tilt the pelvis up, lift up through the hips. Roll one shoulder and then the other underneath if you want. Hips naturally raise up towards the sky a little bit more. And then relax down. Undo the shoulders. Okay, we're going to come into a Viparata Karani, an inverted action. We're just going to do a nice, safe inverted action. Bring the block, place it underneath your sacrum. If you're at home, maybe a pillow or bolster. Lift up the legs into a right angle, and then all the way up. This is a great thing to do at night. Helps all the lymphatic fluids flow back down, refresh the GI tract. And then let's lower the legs down. Bring one foot and then the other. Remove the block. And you're going to come right into Shavasana here. During Shavasana, I'm going to talk you through a guided body scan. Okay. So just observe where you are right now. Notice all the sensations of the body. You've made those reconnections with your muscles. The mind is a little bit more settled, connected to the body through the breath. I'll take you on a complete body scan now, starting at the top of the head. Allow the breath to be your guide to flow through the brain, to the eyebrow center. From the eyebrow center, the breath flows along the hairline to the jaw. Relax the jaw, unclench the teeth, relax the tongue. Observe the breath at the tip of the nose. See the breath flow up through the nasal passages, swoops around the eyebrow center and back down. Watch as the breath flows to the throat center. Just breathe here at the throat center. It's our place of mechanism for communication. Send it peace. Watch as the breath flows across the collarbones to the shoulders. Breath will flow down through the upper arms, the knee joint. Okay, knee joint. Not knee joint, elbow joint, excuse me. Through the elbow joint to the lower arms. Watch as the breath flows to each of the fingertips. sort of going through the webbing of the hands, reaching each of the fingertips, coming back to the wrists. Allow the breath to climb up through the arms. Back up to the shoulder points. And like you're going to draw a large letter V from the two shoulder points. Bring your focus down to the point at the heart center. Let the breath just reside at your heart center. From the heart center, let the breath move through the sternum to the navel center. From the navel center to the pelvis, through the hips, the upper part of the leg, knee joint, calf muscle, ankle, all the way through soles of the feet. You can almost sort of see yourself hovering over your body and just watch as the whole body's breathing right now. Your breath is nice and quiet, calm and steady. We're going to reverse the path with the breath. Watch the breath move up from the feet, through the legs, to the pelvic center, navel center, heart space, throat, eyebrow center. Watch as the breath moves all the way back through the center of the brain and out through the crown of the head. On your next breath, no rush. Just turn over onto your side. Take your time. And from here, bring your hands out, bring the palms together. And you're going to rub the palms of your hands together as if like over a fire. Get them nice and warm. Place them over your eyes and just let the heat seep into your eye sockets. Massage, a little self-care here. Massage the eyebrow bones, the cheekbones. And then press into the floor and gently come up, avoiding any strain on the neck. Please come into a seated posture. Hands at heart center. Slight bow towards our fingertips. We are grateful for the good health in our bodies, the clarity in our minds, and for peace. And if you'd like to say the wish for peace with me, you can bring your thumbs, bring them up to your eyebrow center, and say Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. And forward fold to seal in the benefits of your practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining us today.